Unwritten truths. Why they keep Africa poor on purpose. They keep Africa poor not by accident, but by design, because they know if Africa ever rises, they fall. You see, Africa holds the world's wealth, gold, oil, diamonds, cobalt, lithium, everything their economies depend on. But here's the dirty secret they'll never admit. If Africa kept its resources, if Africa processed its own minerals, if Africa built its own industries, America would collapse, Europe would collapse, France would collapse, because their so-called first world or how lifestyle depends on Africa staying third world. So they send in the IMF, the World Bank, foreign aid, always with strings attached. They fund corrupt leaders, assassinate the honest ones, and flood Africa with debt, not freedom, all while they strip the land bare, exporting the riches, leaving the people with nothing, because they know the truth. If Africa stands, they fall. And that's why they'll do whatever it takes to keep Africa on its knees. This is your wake-up call. Follow at Official Black Knowledge and stay tuned for more unwritten truths.
When you have an enemy that keeps on changing like the chameleon, you also must have the habits of the chameleon. The African enemies are chameleonic in their behavior. We too must be chameleonic in our desire to survive. 33 currencies in Africa. 33 currencies. None of which is used to conclude transactions anywhere. I come to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and I show my shilling. They say, what is this? But let me show the dollar. Oh, this is it. Let me show the euro. This is it. 80% of transactions in Africa are concluded outside of the continent in dollars. So you may have the Central Bank or the Federal Bank of Ethiopia, or Mickey Mouse. You may have the Central Bank of Kenya, Mickey Mouse. You may have all these 54 central banks useless. Because we are not playing in the real league, we are playing in the small league. That is the state of the continent.
They also said your language of instruction shall be French, whether you like it or not. That France will have military presence in your country. That your military can only be trained by France. That you can only buy military equipment from France. That you cannot have any military alliance with your neighbor. And that in the event of war, your allegiance is only to France. And furthermore, because they have military presence in your country, they can invade you without notice should they feel that the interests of France in your country are being violated. Fast forward, nothing has changed. The same people who have the audacity to tell us that we are poor countries, they are taking trillions out of Africa every year.